First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. Right, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany in Mark 14 that anointed our King with the precious ointments before his burial. And also shout out to our ancestors that lost their lives keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So this is a announcement, right? This is an announcement, and it's going to be an announcement plus a lesson touching on the announcement, what I'm speaking on. So the announcement is homeless event. It's a homeless event tomorrow. I'm hosting my third annual homeless event. The environment we live in is what I call it. It's gonna be the third annual homeless event. Saturday, July 12th at 3 p.m. in Macon, Georgia, in front of the Cherry Street Fountain. Right, in front of the Cherry Street Fountain, man. Come out and get alms if you're in the surrounding areas. We're gonna be, giving out all different type of things for our people, man. Looking out for our people, giving out toothpaste, giving out clothes, giving out, hygiene things, food. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to bring what you can. You don't have to bring a lot. And if you don't got nothing to bring, just bring yourself, man. Just come and be able to be around brethren, man, and just come and just talk to our people, show our people that they humans, because a lot of times our people treat the homeless that they just, there. So it's good to just be around them and just talk to them and communicate with them. So they just let them know, that we love y'all, man, that y'all still our people, man. So if you're in the surrounding area, July 12th, which is this Saturday, July 12th, at 3 p.m. in Macon, Georgia. I'm paying attention to the weather because I know one of the brothers that's actually labor in Macon. He hit me up and told me, shout out to the hopeful elect, the brother Denal told me that it may be raining, right? The weather says it's gonna be cloudy, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that, man. If the weather too bad, may have to reschedule it because I know our people ain't gonna really be out there, when the weather too bad and it's constantly raining all day. So, we want to have a good event, we want to have a good time, we want to go out and show love to our people. So yeah, if you definitely in the surrounding surrounding area, or if you don't mind driving, it's gonna be in Macon, Georgia at 3 p.m. in front of the Cherry Street Fountain. So I just wanted to touch on some scriptures, man. Turn this into a lesson. Touch on some scriptures going into the poor, because we know a lot of times the Most High speaks on the poor, right? The Most High speaks on giving alms, to the youth. Both the youth and the poor. And I remember when I first came up with this, this event that I wanted to do, man. I remember like it was yesterday. I was in my college dorm, man. And I remember Taya Howard, man. Shout out to that brother, man. He made some beautiful music. He got a song called Mr. Poor Man, and I put the song in the comments or the description. It's called Mr. Poor Man. And I remember when I first heard that song, I had it on replay, right? Because I always read in the Bible how it's important to give alms, right? It's important to look after our people that's less fortunate, right? So I always knew that, but that song put it in a different perspective of, how I should treat my people. And I just had that song on repeat. Beautiful song, had it on repeat, man. Beautiful message to the song. And that just I was listening to it in the dark. I'm like, man, I'm not doing enough for my people that's in need. We see our people all the time that's struggling, and it's to the point where when I did my first and my second annual event, you have the Christian church, they going out there giving our people things, man. Right? They be out there, not saying that our people don't be out there, because you may have brothers doing it, they may not just be advertising. You might have brothers, actually doing something for the homeless and things like that. But I think more it should be, us coming together, and doing something for our people, man. I'm just thinking man, we always can do more. We go out and teach, right? We make videos. That's a beautiful thing. That's part of feeding the sheep as well too. But we always can do more, man. What about our people that's in jail? Right? What about our people that's homeless, right? Poor, they don't have nothing, man. We have to look out for them. Yahweh Shah looked out, for the poor. He take that very seriously, man. Even when our people was arrogant and didn't want to listen, right, in the wilderness, he still fed them, right? He still fed the Israelites that wanted to go back in Egypt, right? He still fed us to make sure we were straight, man. So even though you may have our people that's poor, man, that's stubborn, and you know what I'm saying, we still gotta look out for our people because they don't know no better. Just like our people that we teach to on the streets, they don't know no better, man. Right? They sick, so we gotta make sure that we showing our face and just showing them that they actually matter, man. Showing them that they're God's chosen people. Showing them that the kingdom of heaven is for them, right? Because Christ died for them, right? How shall died for them too, not just us in the truth. He died for them too. So it's good to go out and give alms to our people, man, because you know the Most High loves charity, right? And I'm gonna show you that's one way to be part of the first resurrection. Is giving charity, giving alms, right? It also covers a multitude of sins, man. So let me go ahead and get this. This is in the law, right? It says, it's Deuteronomy 15 in verse 7 through 8. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren, right? This is talking about a fellow Israelite, right? Within any of thy gates in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thy hand wide upon him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he wanted. So this is actually a law basically telling us, and there's other laws as well too, as far as leaving things, roughly paraphrasing, leaving things for the poor, leaving food for the poor. You know, don't go into a tree and pick everything off, leave some for the poor. So it's like the Most High got laws to help our people that's less fortunate, that may not have things. So this is a law basically saying, man, don't shut your hand against the poor, man. All right, we know he's saying use wisdom. You know, if it's a poor person, but he a crackhead, right? Don't give him money. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that he probably gonna go spend that money on crack, right? But the Most High basically saying, if it's a poor man that come to you and he's asking for food, he's hungry, or he asks for a couple of dollars, like you know this man, you know what I'm saying, he asked for a couple of dollars, he needs some clothes. All right, cool, you know what I'm saying, you need some clothes. I can go buy you some, either you can go buy him some clothes, or if you trust, you know, it's on your spirit to just give him the money because you know that he ain't gonna do nothing crazy with it, so be it. But we have to give to our people, man, right? Not for nothing crazy, but you know, if they really, really poor in need, the Most High said that, man. He said, let me get it again. He said, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren, which any of thy gates in thy land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, because a lot of our people are hardening their heart against the poor. Right, they are hard in their heart, man. They have it, right? They got the things that they got the tools that the homeless need, right? They can help. They got the power to help the homeless, but they just don't do it because he need to just get a job, or I'm not finna help him. He's poor. You know what I'm saying? Our people look down upon the poor, man. I didn't know. You know, a lot of people look down upon the it's like you have a lot of people look down upon the poor, man, because you know they don't have a lot, or they may smell, or they may stink. So he said, don't harden your heart, man, right? Don't harden your heart and turn from them. If you got it, give it to them, man. And you know, he said, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother. So he said, don't shut your hand against your poor brother, man, right? You know, you talk to him. He needs some food. You got the money to give him some food, right? If you ain't got the money, you just ain't got it. If you ain't got it, if you just can't help, you just can't help. But if you in a situation to help them, bro, help your brothers and sisters, man. Right? He hungry, she hungry. Give him. So you got the money, give him some food, man. They need some clothes, right? They been wearing the same clothes for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you got the money, just go in there and give him some clothes, man. He say he want a Bible, go give him a Bible. So the Most High said we have to look out for the less fortunate, man. So he say, Proverbs 21:13. Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. So you have a lot of people stop their ear from the poor, man. Right? A lot of our people see the poor want to talk to them, they ignore them. A lot of our people see the poor, they turn their head like they don't even see the poor. A lot of our people don't care about the poor, even in the truth. A lot of our people don't truly care about the poor, man. And it's something that I've been really be meditating on, man, because you know, and I'm gonna get the scripture because basically what we do to them is like what we doing to Yahweh Shai. If we do, how often do we check on the poor? Like how often do we do like food drives and things for the poor? How often do we do these things? Because these things are very important. Just like going to camp and teaching, just like making videos, edifying the sheep, making sure the poor is straight, making sure the widows is straight, making sure the orphans is straight. It's the same. It go hand in hand, man. Right? Our duty is not just to go to camp and just make videos and keep the feast days. That's part of it, but it's so much more, right? Yahweh Shah require us to do so much more, man. All the way around. We gotta be an athlete. You know, in football, right? You have people that's good at different positions. You may have a quarterback. You may have a wide receiver. You may have a safety, a cornerback. But then you may have this person they label as an athlete, right? That person that they label as an athlete he's a good at he play more than one position. He may be an elite at quarterback. He may be elite at running back. He may be elite at safety. He's just an athlete, right? So he's good at everything. That's how we got to be in this truth, right? We got to be not so just focused on one thing, but focus on what the Most High said that we need to look out for and protect, which he always spoke on the widows. He spoke on the orphans, right? The kids that was raised with no father in the household, the poor. He always spoke on these things. So we got to make sure, even one scripture, Paul spoke on brothers in prison, man. So we got to make sure that we doing our part to put our brick in that side of the aspect as well too, as far as well as going to camp and things like that. We got to make sure that we checking up on our people, man. Make sure we doing things, for our people to glorify the Most High. He said, "Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard." So if you stop your ear against the poor, you don't really care for the poor. They trying to talk to you. You ignore them. The Most High said, you gonna cry. He gonna stop his ears up for you when you try to pray to him. Right? You gonna try to cry to the Lord in a situation, but he not gonna hear you. Why? Because you stop your ears from hearing the poor of his people. So when you get Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 17, he that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. So the Most High say, hey, you lending to the poor, right? You checking up on the poor. You just going over there talking to the poor, just letting them know that they matter. He's saying that's like you doing that to them, you giving to them, making sure they straight. It's like you doing it. It's like you doing it to him. This is why Yahweh Shah said this in the book of Matthew 25, verse 36 through 40. He said, naked and ye clothed me. I was sick and ye visited me. I was in prison and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we the sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, as much as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So what you got to understand is that was like the disciples really didn't understand. They're like, we never seen you naked. We never seen you in prison. We never clothed you. They didn't understand what he was saying. But you got to understand is if you doing something for your people, for your brother, your sister, it's like you doing it for Yahweh Shai. That's why go back up. This is why it said in Proverbs 19:17, he that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord. Because that's the Lord, man. When we kill one another, when we keep killing each other, it's like we killing the Lord. Right? We are made in his image, man. Right? We are made in the Most High God image. When we lend to the poor, it's like we lend it to him because that's his people. Right? When we clothe our people, when we make sure our people straight, we call and check up on our people, it's like we doing that to him. Right? It's the same. So we gotta look at it like that. When we going to checking on a widow, talking to a widow, making sure she's straight, we gotta understand it's like we doing this for the Lord. We doing this to the Lord. We go to a child, you know what I'm saying? You know, a child that may not have a father, or some brothers may be that father figure for him. It's like, okay, I'm doing this to the Lord. You going to the poor and giving to the poor, it's like, okay, I'm doing this to the Lord. This we gotta have that mindset, man. And it says, let me get this other verse. Come on, bro. Say, Mark chapter 10. My bad. Let me go back to Proverbs 19:17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the poor, and he that which he hath given will he pay him again. So the most I like, man, and we shouldn't have that mindset either. Like, oh, I'm doing this homeless event, or I'm doing this event because I know the Lord gonna look out for me. I need the Lord. I know the Lord gonna help me pay my bills if I'm gonna go give to the poor because I know the Bible says He gonna look out for me. No, that's not the right mindset to be in, man. The mindset to be in is I'm finna go out here with my people at, man, and make sure my people straight. I'm finna give them the physical word and the spiritual word. They gonna get the physical food and the spiritual food, right? That's the mindset that we gotta have, man. We can't never pass up charity. Right, it's something that we never want to pass up. We don't never want to pass up charity and giving alms, man. Right, because we understand this is something that the Most High God takes very, very seriously. So when you get an opportunity to talk to our people and, you know, give to our people, that's something don't never take for granted, man. Right? That's something that you should be glad to do. This is something that should be looking forward to doing, man. Let me get this scripture right here. Mark chapter 10 and verse 21. Then Yahweh shall beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, one thing thou lackest, go thy way and sell whatsoever thou hast, and give it to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come take up the cross and follow me. So this the dude, you know, Yahweh shall basically saying, okay, you say you do. He asked him, how do I get the kingdom of heaven? Yahweh shall told him to keep the commandments. He said, I do all that. He said, okay, now you lack one thing. Get what all you got, give to the poor. You told him, hey, what all you got, give to the poor, man. So we gotta be constantly giving to our people that's in need, man. Constantly giving to the poor, constantly looking after the poor, constantly going and congregating to the poor, constantly going and communicating to the poor of our people. Yahweh Shai just told this man, whatever, all you got, go and sell to the poor. All them pants you got, them shirts you got, okay, go and give it to the poor that need them, of our people that need those things. Most I told him that. Yahweh Shai told him that, man. So how much more us? Right? Especially our brothers that may be on the front line, that may teach, right? That's going out every Sabbath or whenever brothers go out to teach the sheep, right? We gotta be that example to them, and that's what's really gonna make them really start, you know, us being more involved in the community of our people, bro. Just going and just doing events like that, and just, you know, for our people, just putting our face out there. That will make them want to come listen to the word more, man. You know, us giving and showing them love and actually showing them that they actually mean something, that'll make them want to listen to the word. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we are also on this aspect doing this, you know, doing the best we can, man. No slacking, man. When we get to those, Yahweh Shai start judging us, We want to make sure we did everything, man. Not then hold nothing back. Then sit on no talents. Then we want to make sure that we did everything we could, man. Um, so you get now this is cold. It's a cold precept. Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 20 verse and through 30 in the Apocrypha, right? Because I read this other day, I'm like, dang, bro. I read this other day. This is one way. I'm finna get in. People wonder, okay, how do I be part of the first resurrection? Everybody should want to be part of the first resurrection. This is how you be part of the first resurrection. Now check this out. I'm starting at verse 20. Do right to the widow, right? So do right to the widow, a woman that lost her husband. Judge for the fatherless, right? Be a judge, be a mentor. That don't mean you have to, just because a child fatherless, his father may have died or not be in his life or not in his life. That don't mean that you have to be go with his mother to be to look out for him. You could be that father figure to him, man. Right? You could be that father figure in his life, show him things, check up on him. He said, give to the poor. Give to the poor. Defend the orphan, clothe the naked, and all of this goes back to charity and giving alms. Heal the broken and the weak, laugh not a lame man to scorn, defend the maimed, and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness. Keep the old and young within thy walls. Wheresoever thou findeth the dead, take them and bury them. That's what you see when you read the book of Tobit. Tobit was taking all the dead people he see in the streets. He was taking them and burying them. And I would give thee the first place in my resurrection. So these are the things that we must be doing, man. Right? And this would get us in the first resurrection. He said, do right by the widows, judge the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphans, clothe the naked. All of this is charity. This is beautiful. Heal the broken and the weak, laugh not a lame man to scorn, defend the maimed, and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness. Keep the old and young within thy walls. Wheresoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them, and I will give thee the first place in my resurrection. So all of that is alms, man, and just love. All this is love, and this is something that that we should enjoy. This is something that we should take honor in. Like, dang, man, like, and if you like this event, right, the homeless event, man, I love it, man. It's like you don't have to have a lot to do it. I'm going, we going and giving hygiene and things like that, and it's a little bit of food. We don't have a lot, you know what I'm saying? Not going and giving them a whole meal, but it's like, I know that you lack this, right? I know that you lack this, so I'm gonna go and give you what I got. It's like I'm giving you my last, like Yahweh told the dude in Matthew 19 and 16 and 17 to do, right? Go give what you got to the poor, right? And it's like he couldn't do it. So we got to be able to do that, though. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to do that, whether it's just, clothes, whether it's underwear, socks, clothes. Do what you got to do, man. But we have to look out. We have to look out for our people. We have to look out. It's a commandment, right? We have to look out for our people, man. It's not saying be a fool. It's not saying just to give your money to a homeless person. He just asks for money and you just straight just give it to him. You don't know what's going on or what he in need for. You just giving it to him. No, be wise with it. But end of the day, we have to look out for our people, man. We have to look out for the poor. They hungry, give them some food. They need some clothes and you got some money, give them some clothes, man. That's part of giving alms and charity and looking out for the poor of our people, man. And the Most High, he take honor in that. Right? So, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm going to say it again. The environment we live in, homeless event, third annual homeless event, Saturday, July 12th at 3 p.m., man, in Macon, Georgia, in front of the Cherry Street Fountain. Whatever if you in the surrounding areas, surrounding counties, pull up, man. It should be another beautiful event. Whatever you got, you know, clothes, water, socks, shirts, hats, lotion, whatever you got, man, bring it, man. Bring that. And if you ain't got nothing, man, just bring yourself. Right? So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. I say Shalom.